Look at this view. Looking north across the Dutton. What a heck of a ride we've done. There's some incredible country. Wow, what a day. Hey everyone, welcome to a breezy hilltop just to the northwest of Bryce Canyon here in southern Utah. My wife and I have pedaled up out of Red Canyon on paved trail and then some forest roads. We are up here overlooking Cascade Canyon, which is down here below us. And what we're doing today is we're actually going to go loop around that black mountain up there behind us on a couple trails never been on before. And then we're going to head back to Red Canyon on the beautiful and scenic Cassidy Trail, which I have ridden and videoed before. That video will be linked to riding Cassidy Trail a few years ago, but excited to tie it in with a couple trails up here we've never been on before. Should be fun. So here we go. On with the adventure, bring you guys along for it. Looking to the south out over the Paunsaugunt Plateau. Rice Canyon's on the east side of the Paunsaugunt. And you got Powell Point in the distance there on the left. One of the most stunning viewpoints anywhere. I was out there just 2 weeks ago. We've turned off the main Fremont ATV trail, going up a side trail here that'll take us up to the Showalter Canyon trailhead and the Showalter Trail. Holy cow, loose rocks! Made it to the Aspens. This road ain't messing around. That'll gain you some elevation fast. That kind of a grade. Alright, I think we've made it to the end of the road. Nice pond. Didn't bring any dogs to put in it, but there is a pond. There's the end of the road. Well, it only took us 15 miles and 2,600 vertical feet to finally get to the trail. Shouldn't have too much more to climb with how much that road climbed. Doesn't look like it's been used much yet this year. You know, you've been a lot of different places when you ride a trail, and every 100 yards it reminds you of a different trail. Mm-hmm. Wow. Whew. Some good practice climbing roots. Transitioning out of the forest onto the ridge line. And all the rocky bluffs we were looking up, now we're on top of them. That's cool. Wow. Look at that big old gap down through the cliffs. Lots of elk tracks on the trail too. Tons of elk tracks. The hoodoo. Wow, these cliffs are cool looking. Go you. Barely get that going. This is looking to the northeast. All this country here is the east side of the greater Mount Dutton. And over there is Griffin Top. And you can see the pass over there that the old Escalante Road goes over. And then on the right side of that is Barney Top. All these big rocky cliffs and bluffs up here are so cool. This is a pretty awesome trail. And all things considered, relatively bike friendly. Way cool. And it's pleasantly good trail. So from here, the Showalter Trail continues down that way, drops down this drainage. We're going to take the Hancock Trail that's going to take us up over this ridge and drop us back to Cascade Canyon. This trail didn't mess around with a single switchback. Wow! Straight up. Oh, get back up in the breeze. Oh, that feels good. That is Hancock Peak right there, and then Hancock Canyon. Diving on down, gonna drop down off down that way and connect into Cascade Canyon, and then we'll head back on Cassidy Trail. That was really cool coming across that Showalter Trail across that ridgeline. That was pretty awesome. So good. Love being out here. I decided since it was that close, it'd be a shame not to come tag the summit of Hancock Peak over right here. Big hard pinnacle right here on the summit. I don't know if they'll actually be able to get on the very top of it unless you had like rock climbing gear. Man, look at this view. Looking north across the Dutton. It is beautiful. That one over there is Adams Head Peak. And in the far distance, not this one here, but the further one, is actually Mount Dutton itself. Clear up to the snowy Tusher Mountains up there. This valley down here is where the town of Panguitch is. And you can see the town of Panguitch just around the corner there. And over at Griffin Top, Barney Top, and Powell Point. Wow. What big country, huh? It is massive and beautiful. And this way to the south, this over here is the ridge that we've traversed on the Showalter Trail. This down here below us is Hancock Canyon that we're going to head down. Over there is Bryce Canyon. All this out here is all the Ponsegant Plateau. On down Highway 89 and then clear over at Cedar Mountain all the way clear to Bryan Head Peak. Still got snow on it up there. There's the town of Panguitch right there. Oh man, magnificent. Look what I almost just stepped on. almost complete arrowhead. The one back corner broke off and the tip broke off. That's beautiful. I like blue. I'll take it. Just gonna set it right there on the rock and leave him. Such cool terrain. All right, back at the bike, ready to descend Hancock Canyon. See what this has to offer. See what this has in store for us. Lots of elk tracks. Slightly overgrown sagebrush so far. Log. This trail is not in quite as good a shape as the Showalter one was. You love rose bushes. Put your feet on your pedals, would you? You look silly. You got a stick, by the way.
Thorny rose bushes hurt bad.
Yeah, they're good for you. This is way better than Thibodeau. At least there's still a trail here. Thibodeau wasn't even a trail at all. Lots of rose bushes tearing at your legs. Hopefully get less of them when we get out of this kind of open area here at the top. Great. Ooh, move. These old burn areas are always bad because all the dead trees and then all the new young stuff is just growing like crazy. Somebody's hiked on this trail fairly recently. There's footprints and dog tracks. Now we're getting it back into the forest out of the old burn area at the top. Those old burn areas are always rough and ragged to try and take a bike through. Big old ponderosa of pine cones roll you off the trail. So big and hard. pretty cool down in here. Way cool down through here. It's an awesome trail. Beautiful forest. If you're gonna crash, make it look good for the camera. This is pretty awesome down in here once we got out of that burn stretch at the top. As usual, those old burn scars can be nasty. Good job picking down that. Oh yeah. I'm glad we didn't bring the dogs. There's not hardly any water on this. Got one little pond. I think there's a little spring down in Cassidy Canyon. That's it. Hang on. Big hard hang on. Oh! Oh, sticks. What a cool trail it's been. Both of these have been pretty dang awesome trails. Pine cones. Go over. This canyon's had a little bit of everything in it. These ponderosas in here are big. Nice job. That was a cool canyon. Wow, that was cool. There you go, Hancock Trail, 6 miles over to West Hunt Creek, 18 miles all the way over to Cottonwood Creek on Dutton. I think we go down the road just a little ways and then the trail cuts back off. Alright, here's the turn off. Casto Canyon, 1 mile. So this is still Hancock Trail. Turn back off of the Fremont ATV trail. Oh boy, that's rocky. Whew. Got it, did not put a foot down. Whew. A little washed out there.
Oh dear.
Alright, here we tee into the Cassidy Canyon Trail. Hancock Trail. Right there. Descended from clear the heck up in there. That was pretty fantastic and amazing. Alright, so Cassidy Trail keeps going straight up the canyon. We're going to turn to the right on Cassidy after we take a break. I do have a pretty detailed video of Cassidy Trail from a good 4 or 5 years ago now. It's down and back in Cassidy with its little side trails, overlooks. Brought the drone, used the drone to help capture some of the just incredible landscape. Just make sure to check that one out. Cassidy sure is a pretty trail. It's in good shape right now too. This is pretty hard packed and nice for Cassidy. Sometimes it gets so loosened up by the horses. Just like its neighboring Thunder Mountain, you have to keep a sharp eye out on Cassidy for horses. Very popular with equestrians. And they definitely have the right of way, and also horses spook and startle really easy, so keep a really sharp eye out up ahead. Try to make some noise, don't get going too fast, and if you do see them, be respectful, give them the right of way. Swing down here, a little overlook, looking back over Cassidy Canyon. Worthy little side trip. Beautiful overlook, looking back into Cassidy Canyon. So here's Cassidy Canyon down below us, and all this up here is the country that we were up on earlier. So the Showalter Trail started behind the main black Cassidy bluff up there, and then got up on and traversed that ridge line all the way across, and then right up there is Hancock Peak I climbed up to, and just below that is the saddle where we started down and descended off down Hancock Canyon all the way down into here. That was so awesome. That Hancock Canyon was a pretty incredible trail. Such magnificent landscape. Descending down into Losi Canyon now. Stunning terrain out here through the pink limestone rock, and then all the colored dirt that comes from the erosion of that pink limestone. Ah, it's pretty with all that behind you. This is the bottom of Losi Canyon. Losi Canyon Trail heads down canyon from here. We head right on back up and out the other side. We're getting some cloud cover. That feels good. Nice job. Good job. Uh-oh. The re-bike battery just died. Pushed it to its limit. I'll have to give her a boost on the uphills. I'm gonna have to be boost mode 4 her. Too bad I don't have a tow strap. That, folks, is one of the number one reasons why I do not have an e-bike. Because if I did, I would be in that situation a lot because of how far and hard I'll ride. And I don't want to do that. I'm going. I go left. Yep. I'm gonna go right, but I'll see you over there. That's more downhill. This has some pedally up around. She's earning her dinner tonight pedaling that dead e-bike. Yes, I was a gentleman. I offered to pedal it for her. She said no, she's got this, at least for now. So we'll see if I end up having to help pedal the dead e-bike. I really would give you a push if I could, but it doesn't really work. You don't have anything to pull with. Alright, you're making good use of your granny gear on flat ground. Not very often you have to use your granny gear on flats or just little gradual ups. Alright, cool breeze coming off those little storm clouds, feels good. Coolest air we felt since this morning. She is taking her dead e-bike down the Cassidy Trail. I'm coming over here on Rich's Trail to catch this other overlook over here. Then we'll meet back up either down where the two trails come back together or just at the truck. Down the main Cassidy Trail's almost entirely downhill from there. So that's why she wanted to go that way. This way's got some more pedaling. Quite a trooper pedaling that dead e-bike in granny gear. I offered to pedal it for her. Helped her push it up some of the steeper stuff. She was determined to get that thing in. She's a tough girl. If she didn't have that e-bike, she wouldn't even hire with me at all. So that e-bike enables us to be able to ride together way more than we ever could if she didn't have it. out to the overlook real quick, and I'll turn and head back, come back, head back down. Overlooking Red Canyon. And there below us, structures right down there by the highway. Little storm clouds out over Cedar Mountain. And all back this way up, clear up to where we've been up at Hancock Peak and stuff. It's a heck of a ride we've done. There's some incredible country. Wow, what a day. I just love it. Absolutely love this stuff, getting out, seeing incredible places, incredible landscapes, pushing, moving under, completely under your own power, and just digging deep, pushing hard out here. Just seeing what you can see on a simple bicycle. It's a wonderful thing. Fortunate to get to share it with my wife, even though she's not here at this particular overlook with me right now. Love it. Finish her on down. Oh, what a ride. Fantastic. Showalter Trail and Hancock Trail were so cool. So stoked to finally come check those two out. Been wondering about them for a while. They exceeded expectations. Hey! They say she can just cruise even with her dead bike. Just carry momentum, pump the transitions. You roll on through. Jump over the root and land on a pine cone. All right, we have made it. What a ride. That was fantastic. That was a very MinerBiker style route we strung together there. I wouldn't have it any other way. Here comes the conquering hero. He's made it. Did the last couple miles on a dead e-bike. She made it. That's one tough lady right there. That's my tough lady. Alrighty folks, there you have it for what was an absolutely epic ride. About 32 miles, 5,100 vertical. Pretty good chunk of that was on road and ATV trail, and then those two surprisingly awesome trails, the Showalter Trail and the Hancock Trail. Those were pretty amazing, traversing that ridge up there and then diving off down through that crazy Hancock Canyon was absolutely awesome. And then Cassidy Trail is always spectacularly beautiful. Haven't hit it for quite a few years. My wife's never ridden the full Cassidy Trail. She's only ever done part of it before. It's awesome to tag that one in as the route on the way back. Thanks for watching this whole video. I'm sure it's probably a pretty long one to do justice to the experience we just had, but hey, it was a grand experience, and I'm not going to cut the video any shorter than it needs to be, so it can hopefully at least somewhat do justice to what we just did. Absolutely massive shout out to my wonderful wife and her e-bike that got her about 98% of the way before it gave up the ghost. And then she winched it on home
with these
on already tired legs, so good for her. Do you have any last words to say at the end of this adventure?
Hallelujah, it's done. Oh, it was awesome.
Hallelujah, it's done, but it was awesome. I like it. Oh, stoked to have got to share it together. Glad we didn't bring the dogs. That would have been hot and dry with only 2 pretty widespread water spots for dogs. So glad we didn't bring them. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Check out other videos to be linked, like my previous Cassidy Trail video, out and backing it and capturing that landscape with the drone. Check out Thunder Mountain also with the drone. Check out Grandview trails that are here on the Ponsagon Plateau to the south of us. Fantastic video series on that wild trail and whatever else I throw in the cards in the upper right corner. So thanks again for watching. Leave us a comment, like that hit button, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out RE Bikes and keep digging up places to ride, hike, or otherwise adventure and experience the great outdoors under your own power is always best.